Savani Group of School. So today we are going to discuss topic number 3.4, that is instantaneous velocity and speed, that is in chapter number 3, motion in a straight line. So here we introduce the instantaneous velocity. Okay. So here why it is introduced. So the average velocity tell us how fast an object has been moving over a given interval of time, but does not tell us how fast it moves at a different interval of time. Okay, again we can read. The average velocity tell us how fast an object has been moving over a given interval of time. Okay, but does not tell us how fast it moves at a different interval of time. Okay, so here we need to introduce the instantaneous velocity. So the velocity at an instant is defined as the limit of the average velocity as the time interval delta t is infinitesimally very small. Okay, so in other words, this sentence we can write in mathematical form. So that is, in other words, we can write this sentence mathematically, that is v equals to limit delta t tends to 0 delta x by delta t. So it is going to be dx by dt or x dot. Okay, so this is nothing but it is the, in language of calculus, this term it is the differential coefficient of distance of x with respect to t, means time. Okay, so this is the instantaneous velocity at a particular interval of time. Okay, or at a particular time. So here we obtain the instantaneous velocity using graphical method and numerical method. So first of all we talk about the graphical method, and using the graphical method we can find out the instantaneous velocity at a particular point. Okay, so students, here we introduce the graphical method to find out the instantaneous velocity at a particular instant of time. So here we are using the graphical method to find out the instantaneous velocity at the time t equals to 4 seconds. Okay, t equals to 4 seconds. So the graph is given, that is x versus t, distance versus time graph. So the time is on x-axis and the distance is on y-axis. So that is the non-uniform motion of the vehicle, and the graph shows the variation of the velocity with respect to time. See this, variation of velocity with respect to given time. So here we take the different time interval. Here we take different time interval. Suppose delta t1, delta t2, delta t3, and the displacement are p1, p2. See this, p1, p2, then q1, q2, see p1, p2, that is t1 at the time delta t1, the displacement is p1, p2, at time delta t2, the displacement is q1, q2, and at time t3, the displacement is t1, t2. Okay, and corresponding displacement and the corresponding displacements are delta x1, delta x2, and delta x3. See this. Corresponding displacement are delta x1, delta x2 and delta x3. Okay. So this way we can define the different time interval and corresponding displacement, that is P1, P2, Q1, Q2 and T1, T2, then delta x1, delta x2 up to delta x3. Okay. So if we take a different time interval delta t, delta t2, therefore this time interval displacement will be P1, P2, Q1, Q2, T1, T2. Okay, and corresponding displacement there are delta x1, delta x2, delta x3. In all this time interval, the average velocity are very nearer at t equals to 4 seconds. Then in all this time interval, the average velocity comes nearer to the some exact value. Okay, or comes nearer to some exact value, and when the time interval becomes 0, the time interval becomes here is 0, suppose delta t tends to 0. Okay, so here we can write limit delta t tends to 0, delta x bar delta t. Okay, so we get the instantaneous velocity at a particular interval of time. Okay, sorry, at a particular time, not particular interval of time. So in all this time interval, the average velocity comes nearer to some exact value, and when the time interval becomes 0, means the time average velocity gives the instantaneous velocity at a particular time t equals to 4 seconds, because it is nearer together, and average velocity becomes instantaneous velocity. Okay, so that's how we can using the graphical method to find out the instantaneous velocity at a particular instant of time. Okay, got it? That is the instantaneous velocity. Okay, here the second methodology, that is the numerical method. Now using the numerical method, we can find out or obtain the instantaneous velocity very precisely rather than using the graphical method. Okay, so here the variation of the velocity with respect to time, the graph is given that. So the graph of x equals to 0.08 t cube and t equals to 4 seconds. Okay, so now we find out the instantaneous velocity at t equals to 4 seconds. Okay, now the limiting value of delta x by delta t, suppose we taking 2.0. First of all, suppose we taking the time interval, that is 2.0. So here we can get t1 is equal to, now we put here t equals to 4 seconds and delta t 2.0 by 2. So here we can get value, that is 4 minus 1, that is equal to 3. Okay, so same way here we can put the value t equals to 4 seconds, then delta t equals to 2.0 divided by 2. So here we can get, that is 4 plus 1, that will be 5. Okay, similarly x in bracket t1. So here we put the value t1 in this equation. Okay, so t1 is nothing but it is 3.0. Here is 5.0. So here we can get 0.08 multiplied by 3.0 raised to cube. So here we can get the value of, that is 2.16. Similarly, we can put t2 in this equation. So t2 is nothing but it is 5.0. So here we can get 0.08 multiplied by 5.0 raised to cube. So here we can get 10.0. Okay. Similarly, delta x, we can find out delta x. Okay, so delta x nothing but it is the final position minus initial position. So what is final position? That is 10.0 and initial position, that is 2.16. So here we can get the value that is 7.84. Okay, now we're limiting delta x by delta t, so we get the instantaneous velocity at t equals to 2.0. At t equals to 2.0. So that is delta x, that is 7.84 divided by delta t is nothing but it is 2.0. So here we can get 3. Okay, so this way we can calculate the, find out the value. Now we put 1.0. So here we can get 4 minus delta t, it is 1.0 by 2. So here we can get, that is, here is given that is 3.5. Similarly we put the value 1.0 in this equation. So we get 4 plus 1.0 by 2. So here we can get 4.5. Okay, then x t1. Now we put t1. Sorry, we put t1 in this equation. So we can get 0.08 multiplied by 1 cube. So here we can get that is 3.43. Similar way, 0.08 we put 4.5 on this equation. So we can get that is 7.29. Here we not put 1, here we putting 3.5. Okay, so we can get 3.43. Yeah. So now we want to find out the displacement, that is nothing but it is 7.29 minus 3.43. So here we can get 3.86 divided by 1.0, so it is 3.86. So similarly way we can do this 0.5, 4.5. So 4.5 we can find out T1, that is 3.95. It is given in your textbook. Okay, so it is 3.75, not 95. 3.75. Here is 4.25. Then 4.21875. Then 6.14125. Then 1.922125 displacement delta x. Okay, then 3.845. Okay, then 4.1 we can find out T1, that is equal to 3.95. Then 4.05 T2. Then x T1, that is 4.93 Okay, you can do it by yourself using calci. Okay, then 5.31441. 5.31441. Then 0.38402. 0.38402. Then 3.8402. Okay, then finally we put delta t is equal to 0. We taking delta t is equal to 0.01. So T1 we get, that is 3.995. Then T2 4.005. Then 5.10084. Then 824. See how precisely we can get the value t equals to 4 seconds. Okay, so 5.139224, that is ht2. Now we find out the displacement, that is 0.0384. Then finally here we get, that is 3.844 exact value of the instantaneous velocity at t equals to 4 seconds. Okay,